Hi there, welcome to JD Answers. Today we'll be installing the Orbit 960 dash cam. When you're installing the front dash cam, you always want to start from the rear view mirror and work your way back to the power source of where your source is going to be. If you're a subscriber to my channel, you already know that I install and review dash cams, and this is why you can see two mounts there. Now I'm going to be installing the Gecko dash cam right here, right in the center of the rear view mirror. But when you're choosing a spot for your vehicle, if you do not want the dash cam to be shown, then you just hide it up here underneath the rear view mirror, because most of the time you're not going to mess with it. It's just in case if something happens. And to route your wires, if you have a cord management rail like I do here, you could put them through there and then run your wire through the headliner, down the A-pillar, through the side of the weather strip here of the car, down to the kick plate, behind the carpet area, which you can see right there. There's an area to push it in, and then you want to go behind the console if you can. You could go underneath, or you could remove some plates here to get it in. And then most vehicles, the outlet's here, but mine's is over here. But also, if you see my videos, this one is a hard wire kit, which means that it's going to be on all the time, because I'm not relying on any power source from a power socket. And this is the cable here that runs to the hardwire kit. And if you need more information about hardwire kits, I'm sorry, this is it. If you need more information about hardwire kits, I'll put a link up here and how to install those, so you don't have to mess with anything down here. And if you have parking mode, it is on all the time. You don't miss anything. All right, so let's get started on the installation. Okay, this is the mount here. And when you install this mount, you have to take off this protective covering from it. Once you take off the protective covering, you install it to your window shield. And then on the side here, there is a lever, which is right here by my thumb, and you push that to the right where there's a lock symbol, and that locks it into place. Now I'm going to go ahead and attempt to install this. Now what you want to do is make sure that when you install this, that it is vertical. It can't be to the side. If you have it to the side, then that means your camera is going to be on the side. So you got to make sure it's going straight down. You could use the top where my finger is moving right here, and then the bottom mount as your guide to make sure it's straight. All right, I'm attempting to do this one-handed. All right, I'm going up here, trying to get the center of the rear view mirror and going down. Trying to pick a spot because since I do installations, I really want to see how everything goes in this menu. So I'm going to be using this quite a bit. So I'm going to go a little bit lower than normal. I put it on there, but I didn't press it. And as you can see, it's going to the right. So I'm just going to take it off here and move it more to the left. And I think we're good on that there. So I'm going to go ahead and press it to the windshield and then secure it with the lever on the top there. So I'm pressing it down, moving the lever, and you heard that click. So now it's secure. And now we can start installing the dash cam and then install the wire. All right, if you see the dash cam, now you want the lens facing the front, and of course the screen towards you. And on the top you will see the insert of the mount, where it goes right here where my thumb is at. All right, and then it slides to the right. And the mount here, you just push it down, and then on the side here, there's a tiny knob, which is right here. So I'm going to loosen that, even though I moved it. All right. There it goes. And it's in. All right, now we can start installing the wire. All right, to install the wire, I loosened the knob on the side a little while ago. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to push it towards the window shield, and where you could get a look into the dash cam where we're going to install the wire. We're going to position the wire, the micro SD, to the same way it's going into the inside there. The same direction, I guess. Oh, it's in. All right, pretty easy. Then I can move this. I'm not going to tighten it yet because I want to make sure that it's positioned once the car turns on. So I'll wait on tightening it up, but at least it's there. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to move the wire towards the center of the rear view mirror, and then you're going to work your way to the side. Now what I like to do is I like to use this rear view mirror mount as my guide to hold this. So I'm going to go to the left of it and go up, because once you install the wire this way to the right, if you don't push it to the left, then your wire sometimes will keep falling and falling and falling. The rear view mirror is your holder to hold it up while you're working and to keep it more secure. Now that we have the wire around the rear view mirror mount, we're going to go towards the passenger side. But we're going to use this cable rail here to hold the wire down. So what you're going to do is between the windshield and the headliner, there is about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch space that you see. You could put my finger in there. Some might be a little tight, but some are a little bit loose. So you just work with it. And what you do is just guide the wire with one hand, and you just push it in. And I make it a little bit more snug there. Okay, I have it a line going straight from the cam to the center, and I'm just going to push this rail up to hold the wire, making sure the wire is on the other side of that rail first. There it goes. Now I'm just going to push the wire. Let me take it off again. You can see I'm just going to push it with my hand inside. That's all I'm doing, is pushing it in. And I'm going to keep going from there. Just keep pushing it in, pushing it in, pushing it in. When I'm at this spot, when I'm getting close to the A-pillar, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the other side of the A-pillar and push that out here. So what I'm going to do is, you see this little spot where the A-pillar is at the end? I'm going to put the wire around that spot. And what that's going to do is going to hold the wire for me so I could continue. I'm going to push some of it out because you could use some slack. And then I'm going to work with this here. And when I put the wire, it's going to make a tight fit where I could push it in between the A-pillar and the headliner there. So I'm going to start working here. And then go back up here and push it in as much as I can. At the end here, it's going to be a tight fit, which you really can't work with it anymore, because this is where it gets more secure. So then go back here and push it in. And then you can see how there's slack forming on that side. Again, I'm working with one hand. All right. Now, there's slack. Come over here and pull. Just be careful, don't pull too hard, because this is wire still, it's a loose wire. It could still bust. All right, push it back in, and then continue with the A pillar here, and then you push it in, and that's it. And even if you have a little bit wire out here, which I don't, nobody's going to see it because you have this tint in the area, and in the inside of the car you won't be able to see it as well. Okay, so now we're at the A pillar. Now there's two ways you could do this. One way is to just push it into the weather strip all the way down. Okay, or you could simply just grab your weather strip and push it down. And most cars, it's easy. Now if you drive a Ford, I know like the Ford Fusion, once you do that, it's the weather strip is very hard and you have to maneuver it back in there. It can be done, it's just a little bit harder, that's all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it between the A pillar here, and the frame. It simply just goes inside it, and you just work your wire all the way down. And then you just push the weather strip back in. So again, we're going to push out the weather strip just a little bit here, just to the kick plate. Again, work your wire inside the dashboard in there, between the frame and the dashboard, and then just simply push this back. And then right here at the end, go ahead and move the wire, let's take the weather strip back out a little bit, around the kick plate and turn inside the passenger side. Then we could put the weather strip back. Okay, now that we are at the kick plate, what we're going to do now is move it behind the carpet. I'm going to go ahead and keep routing behind the carpet until I get to the center console, which is right here. Now, if your car vehicle, the kick plate comes off, or one of these plates, then you could get in there and do that. But you have to go through your car, check it out, see what it is, how it's made, and then you can see the best routing ways to do that. All right, so now I got my wire here. I'm gonna put the kick plate back. If you have seen my videos before, I don't like wires anywhere in my vehicle that can be sewn here. Okay, so what I did is I used a hard wire kit, and I put a port here on the side for passengers if they ever want to charge their phone or whatever, any other device they have. So I'm just gonna plug in the dash cam here. And if you want more information about this, just subscribe to my vehicle and go under power sockets, and you'll get all the information you need on how to install these. They're very simple. All right, now it's time to start the vehicle and see if the camera is working. Oh, turn those off there. And it should be turning on any second now. Let me lower this. There it goes. All right, it's in there, and it says no SD card inside. So let's bypass that real quick and hit OK. And yep, there you go, it's working. Now, right now, this is the perfect time to pretty much maneuver it where you want it. And then once you get it to a spot, which, you know, you don't want your whole dashboard and your hood in the car, you want just a little bit above the hood, and you kind of center it. Then once you center it, you just tighten this up here, this knob on the left, and on the center. Oh, it just doesn't tighten. Okay, there you go. Now again, this is using the wire, and the one thing I liked about this camera is that you're able to connect it to a USB port, because most people already have a charger port for their phone, and it's using a dual socket. So I like that idea. Rather than putting in another power socket in there, this is more convenient. And if you want more information about how I got rid of these wires, subscribe to my channel again and go to power sockets. If this video was helpful, please give me that thumbs up, because I appreciate that from you. All the products in this video will be linked in the description down below. If you have any questions about this camera, please leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and select all notifications for all upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.